In Demo 9, we're going to introduce you to some of the lesser used items, the styles, find and replace, hypertext or hyperlinks, symbols, and then we'll look at print and print preview. So when you want to apply a style, styles are on the home ribbon in this group, the styles group, and if you click on the little down arrow here, you notice you have a variety of styles. They are named, and so we've got title style, which we're going to apply to our title here. We've got book title style. Notice book title is uppercase, lowercase, but they're all caps, whereas strong is uppercase, lowercase. And when you apply something from the styles, it takes on the look that you see here as well as the font that you see here. So we're going to go over to Oregon's Covered Bridges, this title, and we're going to apply the title style. Notice that it automatically applied across the board. I didn't have to select the text to do that. Then I'm going to center that to give myself a nice looking title there to start my document out. So styles can be used anywhere in your document, and you might find that you like these styles. You can also create your own styles. Next, we're going to look at find and replace. Find and replace is one of those things that allows you to put something into your document that you may use over and over and over again. For example, like a name. Let's say I was doing a paper on Thomas Jefferson, and I didn't want to type Thomas Jefferson every time. I could just as easily type an XXX every time I wanted Thomas Jefferson's name, and then I would say at the end of my document, go find every instance of XXX and put in Thomas Jefferson. So that's find and replace, as well as find. You can just go look for words that you know are in a document. So find and replace. We're going to replace this number 50 down here with the word 50. So we want to find 50 and replace it with the word 50. Now you won't find and replace on any of the icons. You've got to go up to your menu to do that, and it's under the edit menu, and it's find, and then here are all the instances. Find a word, replace, that's what we want. Find and replace. So we want to find the word or the number 50. We want to replace it with the word 50. Now here's the problem. Notice that the Mac version here, which is not available in the PC version, shows you the instances of the number 50. And it says there's 4 matches. The problem is if I replace these 50s with the number 50, they would look really odd. 18 and then 50 written out. We only have one instance that we want to replace. So what we have to do is make that distinct. Well, for that 50, there's a space in front of it. So let's put a space in front of the 50 and a space in front of the 50. And notice there's only one instance now, and so we'll say replace it. And so the number 50 has been replaced with the 50, and the other 50s have not been touched. So that's one of the nice features of the find and replace on the Mac 2011 version, which the PC version 2010 doesn't have. Now, I want to identify where I got some of this information, so I'm going to put into my document a hyperlink to the web page that this information comes from. So I'm going to type out go to info, and I'm going to highlight website. Remember, if you can't quite get it to highlight just right, you can always use your shift key and arrows to highlight exactly what you want. So now that I have that selected, I can create the hyperlink holding down the control key, clicking on it, notice Hyperlink is available to me to create that place where I can just click here and go to the web page. Well, I need the web page. Well, I have it up and running on my Safari. There's the web page. So I go up to the URL at the very top and I select the URL, do an Apple C to copy, or I could just do an edit, copy, either one. Okay, minimize that, go back to my document here, click on website, still selected, do a control click down to hyperlink, and I link, so then I put the URL, I paste the URL, Apple V, into there, and hit OK. Notice it turns blue with an underline, and when I point at it, it has the actual web page there. You just have to click and your reader goes immediately to the web page that you got this information from. So that's called a hyperlink. Now I'm going to add some symbols into my document. And you can have all sorts of symbols that you can insert. And so you have to put your cursor where you want those to be placed. I'm going to put a symbol after world guide number here in the same paragraph as my hyperlink. So I go up to insert and down to symbols. Symbol browser. And here are symbols that come up when I click on that symbol browser. Look at all of these symbols. A lot of accented foreign language letters that I can insert. Music, arrows. Here we get the copyright, TM symbol, trademark, registered symbol. This is sound recording, copyright, service mark. So these things you can just insert automatically, as well as fractions and currency. Well, I want a different symbol to be put into there. Let's see if we can find it. Back to symbol, and this time advanced symbols. Now advanced symbols are set up based upon the font. And so if you have a particular font, then you can go look for those symbols. So I'm going to go down and grab these picture symbols. These guys down here, webdings, wingdings, dingbats, those are all pictures. So I'm going to pick the webdings, and I like the world one right down here. It shows me the world. If you click on it, it shows you what it is. Then I'm going to insert that into my document. Close, and now I've got a little symbol of the world after world guide number. If I wanted to use that somewhere else, it'd be just a matter. It's just like text, so I can just do a copy. Go down here, world guide number, hit the space, paste, and I have it there as well. So that's how we can use symbols. Now, the last thing we want to look at is putting a box around, remember, putting a box around this particular sentence and indenting it and shading it. Just a review of something we've done earlier. So we want to box this up right here on the outside. It's on the home ribbon. We want to center it. So now I want to shade it. So that means I need to go to Format, Borders and Shading. This is the borders, so I want to shade it by going to the shading option. Pick a light color for the background. For the paragraph, that one line of text. Then I want to indent. Remember, indent, if I just do it from the left, I can use these indents. I can increase the indent from left, but I can't do that from the right. So I need to format the paragraph. Now I can add an indent, increase it to a 1/2 inch, both left and right. Hit OK, and now I've done that part. So once again, that's just kind of a review of something we've done before, but I wanted you to see it again. So here's my page. If I want to see my page in its full view, I can always zoom in and out. Another way of doing that is going to File, Print, and it gives me a preview of this document. Those are your options when it comes to printing your paper. Should you be asked to print the paper, you pick your printer, the look. You can even save it as a PDF file out of the print instead of just out of the file save as. You can save it as a PDF file out of the print. Cancel that since we're not printing it. It looks the way we want it to look.